Hey everybody, so Jon David had a 10 out of 10 day, and quite honestly a lot of the days going forward should be 10 out of 10 because anytime that he makes progress or takes a step forward, I'm just going to consider that a 10 out of 10 day. But the thing that really made today a really good 10 out of 10 day is that he weaned his Ativan, and the really big thing was that he got his pacing wires taken out. So that is a huge deal because it means they trust him enough that he doesn't need to use them. And so he now no longer has pacers. And that's a huge step. But he has been a happy baby. He's had PT come by. He has just had overall a pretty good day. And then Hunter had himself a good day. He went to preschool. We did a little surf and turf tonight. The surf being the crab that he caught yesterday, as well as the shrimp. One of the wonderful things about fishing at the beach versus fishing in a pond, we can't eat the worms after, but the shrimp, as long as you keep them on ice, can be eaten afterwards. So did shrimp, crab, and steak and chicken because Mallory is allergic to steak, and so she got chicken. But also one of the things that my mama would love is that we made cocoa and biscuits, which was kind of our thing with her going to see her in Mississippi. It's a really apparently like deep southern thing in terms of food. I've never seen anybody up here who's done it or who know anybody up here who's done it. It seems to be like a Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi type deal, but it's basically just deconstructed chocolate cobbler, but it's biscuits with cocoa gravy. And Hunter helped me make it, and then that was really good. Also, just fun fact, that's kind of like my favorite thing to eat. It's been one of my favorites since I was a kid, which, I mean, who can't like chocolate with like bread? Again, it's just awesome. But Hunter, after supper, played the floor is lava with some of his little balance things that Mallory has bought him, as well as had Gatling come by after he had played with paint with Mallory. And that's one of the reasons why Gatling came by, was Miss Danielle came by to help Mallory clean off the car that Hunter had decided to paint. And so she actually made a post about this, and I'll share it because I think it sums up a lot of kind of our mindset going forward for our family, in that we have a lot of perspective now. So while 300 days ago we would have been upset about Hunter painting the car, now not so much. I believe the actual number is 323, but I think 322 days ago he got kicked by a horse, and so that kind of turned our world upside down. And then that same week we found out about Jon David with his heart defect, and so since then it's been kind of like a roller coaster of dealing with issues and things like that. So when Hunter does things that would have been frustrating given a different perspective, now we look at it and go, you know what, it's really not that bad, or we're grateful for that problem because that problem has a solution that we can find very easily. Whereas having to go to the ER for his head being kicked, or all of the things that we've gone through with Jon David being here in the PCICU for, today makes 200 days, excuse me. So for 200 days, those don't have simple solutions. And so I think it really kind of helps us with understanding those things. I know I've talked about this before with hearing him cry. Again, not that we want him to cry, but we're grateful to hear him cry because we have spent many weeks of his life not being able to hear him cry. And look at that, right on cue, he's crying. Let me go check on him real quick. He's all good. I say that, now he goes moaning again. But Hunter, after all of that, went over to Mimi's for a bit to hang out with them and was covered in paint, as well as got to do what he loves to do, which is drink some sun drop. And he found his JJ doll today, which was a really big deal for him for a long time. And then he lost it for a while, and then he found it today. And so now he's all about his JJ doll again. But that has pretty much been all of our days. Mallory is now staying at home while I'm here at the hospital, and then we'll do a little switcheroo at the beginning of next week and keep doing this little rotation of making sure that one of us is always here. But if y'all would pray for these two things: one, that Jon David will continue to tolerate his weans as we go forward; two, pray for all those who've lost loved ones, especially those who've lost children; and then three, if you will pray for all of the kids and families who are battling congenital heart defects, because again, this is not an easy road for anybody. But That's all we got for y'all tonight. Hope y'all have a good night. God bless. Continue to choose up daily. What's in here?
It's Amy and Hunter. And Hunter has, what's his name? Coco Melon. And Coco Melon's holding up. We got paint all over us. And bend your head down again, Hunter. Ooh. Yep. We got a purple streak right down our hair. That's enough. What do you tell them? What do you tell them?
It's so cute.
So cute. It is so cute.
And Jon David, tell everybody bye-bye.